Welcome to a presentation of Hughes Federal Credit Union's Take the Wheel, Get the Best Car Deal. My name is Elsa Jacklich, and I am the Lead Business Development Representative at Hughes. It doesn't matter if you've never purchased a car or if you've purchased 10 cars. The car buying process is not something most of us do every day. The most cost-effective strategy when buying a car is to do your homework before you start shopping. Prepare yourself so you get the best deal. Our seminar objectives: we're going to learn to determine how much car you can afford, use a car inspection and test drive checklist, how to work with dealers, negotiate the best car price, benefits from buying used, decipher financing options and warranties, and find help if you have problems. First things first, take a look at your credit and debt history. How are you doing? Make sure to order your free credit reports and check them for accuracy. You can receive one free credit report per year from each of the credit reporting agencies, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. To order your credit reports, contact annualcreditreport.com or call toll-free 877-322-8228. Your credit history will affect the finance rate you're able to negotiate. You'll be able to get a lower interest rate if you paid other credit obligations on time. If your bill paying history hasn't been as timely as you'd like, consider waiting a few months before buying a car and taking steps to improve your bill paying history, which may improve your credit score. The higher the score, the better. The best way to improve your score is to pay bills on time. Are you living paycheck to paycheck? If so, adjust purchase expectations. Meet with credit union staff to get finances under control before car shopping. How much car can you afford? Before you set foot in a dealership or look online, make sure you know how much you can reasonably afford to spend on a new or used vehicle. Check your budget. List total income, list fixed and variable expenses. Keep all monthly payments, including rent or mortgage, less than 40% of monthly take-home pay. Don't forget about other vehicle expenses such as license, registration, gas, maintenance, and repairs. Be sure to factor in your down payment, manufacturer's rebates, value of your trade-in, and money you can afford to borrow. Some credit unions and lenders extend the 40% ceiling depending on your income and other expenses. Use this figure as a general guide. Get pre-approved. Getting pre-approved for a car loan gives you an upper hand during price negotiations. Just because you're pre-approved for a certain loan amount, though, doesn't mean you have to get a loan for exactly that amount, or that you should look for a car that costs up to that amount. Consider the loan amount and the car price that's best for your budget, taking into account your transportation needs, as well as maintenance, repair, license, registration, and insurance costs. Factors to consider. In the first year you own the car, your new vehicle may lose 20% or more of its original value. After the end of the 5th year, the pace levels off, so try to keep the car at least that long and beyond to minimize the financial hit of depreciation. Or buy used. You get more car for less money. Even with some increased repairs and maintenance costs, you could spend less per year than on new car payments. New cars depreciate the minute you drive them off the lot, and used cars are more likely to need costly repairs. Consider a certified pre-owned vehicle. It offers the lower cost of a used car and the peace of mind of factory-backed warranties of 3 months up to 10 years in some cases. To avoid being overcharged, look for programs that ban cars with frame or extensive panel damage. Don't rely on car histories that come with vehicles because they may be incomplete. And consider certification programs backed by factory warranties. Other factors to consider: fuel economy. How long do you plan on keeping the vehicle? What type of vehicle do you really need? What's your budget? Consider the operating, maintenance, and repair costs. Tips to get you started. Educate yourself about options, pricing, and future functionality of the cars you're considering. Shop around, visit several dealers, and take advantage of the many online and offline resources available to check out the choices. Make sure the dealership is located close to home and check out the service department where you plan to take the car for repairs. Ask family or friends about the dealership and service department's reputation. If you have teenagers, take them with you as you shop for a car. The experience will help them when they shop around for cars in the future. Here are some more tips for the bargain hunter. Buy out-of-season vehicles. Buy a model late in the year when a body or style change is imminent. Customer cash incentives are typically higher in the summer and winter months. Buy around the last day of the month when dealers are eager to meet monthly sales quotas. Buy at the end of the year when dealers clear out inventory for tax reasons. A savvy car buyer will take advantage of the internet to gather information about car pricing. Several useful websites are listed on handout number 1, which is included in our presentation. Check out the dealer's website for inventories, find current manufacturer's rebates, and check prices. Shopping tips. Once you've decided on a particular type and size of vehicle, take advantage of the shopping resources on the internet. Visit at least 3 dealerships or car lots. Look for the car that has the most features you want at the price you can afford. Take someone with you to the dealerships. Even if they don't know much about cars, they can be a voice of reason and point out things you'll miss as you look at cars. Keep good records and take good notes as you shop around. To help you with the process of finding out what options you want, before you start to shop around, refer to handout number 2, Vehicle Options to Consider. Personalize the checklist with your own preferences, highlight those features that matter the most to you, or rank them in order of importance to you. Test Drive Checklist. Handout 3 is designed to help you track your general impressions on a variety of things, such as the exterior, interior, comfort, engine and handling, noises, sound system, and safety features. If you have young children or pets, consider the best interior color. Would darker be better? Will spills on leather wipe up easier? There may be variables not listed on the checklist that you want to add or replace. Feel free to personalize the checklist to meet your specific needs. Pricing. MSRP is the vehicle's published retail or base price without options, destination charge, or other fees. Dealers are free to sell the car at a higher or lower amount. Optional equipment refers to the features or packages for which you pay extra. You can negotiate the price of optional equipment. Destination charge fee covers the cost of delivering the vehicle from the factory to the dealership. It's non-negotiable, is usually the same cost for all models within a brand, and doesn't apply to the actual shipping distance. A market adjustment is the fee the dealer tacks on, typically to cars that are in high demand, to make additional profit. You can try to negotiate this figure, but if the vehicle is selling well, the dealer won't have as much incentive to work with you. Sticker price is the total retail price for the vehicle, including MSRP, options, destination charge, and market adjustments. The dealer usually tries to sell the car for as close to this price as possible, or offer you a token discount or manufacturer's discount. To get the best price, negotiate up from the dealer's true costs rather than down from the sticker price. Pricing. Dealer invoice is the dealer's cost for the vehicle only, not including dealer's cost for ads, selling, preparing, displaying, or financing. There may have been behind-the-scenes bonuses, giving the dealer more profit margin. It's a good bargaining tool, but look beyond the dealer invoice price to save hundreds of dollars. A rebate is a direct-to-buyer incentive from the manufacturer. The rebate comes from the automaker, so disregard it when negotiating with the dealership because you get the rebate no matter what price you pay for the vehicle. A dealer incentive is money the manufacturer pays the dealer for selling certain models, usually slow-selling models. This money can be passed on to the buyer in the form of a price reduction or kept as added dealer profit. This is how the dealer can afford to sell cars for dealer cost or below. These incentives come and go quickly, and they aren't announced to the public. A holdback is a percentage of the MSRP manufacturers offer to dealers as a refund when the car is sold, typically 2 to 3%. This means the dealer can still make a profit on a car sold for invoice. The dealer's true cost is dealer invoice price minus any incentives and the holdback. What's it worth? The more information you have at your fingertips about pricing, the greater the likelihood you'll get a good deal on a new or used car. The dealer's invoice price can be found at nada.com. The true market value price reflects what others are paying for the car in your geographic area and can be found at edmunds.com/products/TMB. Research the value of your trade-in at kbb.com or edmunds.com. KBB stands for Kelley Blue Book. More than half of new car buyers trade in their old cars because it's more convenient. Used car values drop between October and December, so try to wait until January to get more for your trade. Get a professional detailing job and research the value of your trade-in before selling. Negotiate the price of the new car before talking about the trade-in, or the salesperson may give you a high trade-in value and make up for it with a higher price for the new car. You'll probably get more money for your old car by selling it yourself as opposed to trading it in at the dealership, but know the risks. Dealing with dealers. No matter how many cars you've purchased, you don't go through the process each week. Salespeople, however, negotiate car prices hundreds of times a year. Do your homework ahead of time to negotiate the best car price. Negotiation skills vary widely for each car buyer. The key to success is in gathering as much information as possible before you finalize the deal. The price of the car will vary greatly depending on the options you desire. Some cars come in different versions. Standard options increase with each model, as does the price, and some companies offer very few non-standard options as a result. Consider building your car online. Some websites have tools that automatically add the cost of each option available on your vehicle, giving you a new total reflecting the additional cost factors. Remember that if you're buying a popular car in short supply, expect to pay more, especially when it first goes on the market. Don't settle for something that you don't like. Don't let your emotions show. Don't let dealers pressure you, and don't be afraid to walk out. Keep negotiations separate. Consider questions about financing, service contracts, trade-ins, or other extras after you settle on a price. Ask for the best offer, shop around, then take the best deal. Read the contract carefully before you sign. Make sure you understand all the terms and conditions in the contract. You are obligated once you sign the contract. New car warranty. Make sure you understand what the warranty covers and doesn't cover. A bumper-to-bumper warranty may not cover everything, so ask for specifics. If the warranty is for normal wear, ask what is considered normal wear. Some new cars have a maintenance agreement. Ask what it covers. For example, does it cover oil changes? How long does the warranty last? Some examples are 3 years or 36,000 miles, or 6 years, 60,000 miles. What does it cover? Is it bumper to bumper, body rust, or normal wear? Full warranty on used car. You have the right to see a copy of the dealer's warranty before you buy. Review it carefully to determine what is covered and what is not covered. Make sure you get a copy of the dealer's warranty document if you buy a car that is covered by a warranty. A dealer may offer a full or limited warranty on all or some of the car systems or components. However, most used car warranties are limited and coverage varies. In fact, some systems or parts may be covered by a full warranty and others by a limited warranty. If any of the first four statements on this slide don't apply, the warranty is limited. An implied warranty is an unspoken, unwritten promise from the seller to the buyer that the car being sold must meet reasonable quality standards. The most common type of implied warranty is a warranty of merchantability. The seller promises that the car will do what it's supposed to do, and it applies to the basic functions of a car. It doesn't cover everything that could go wrong. Implied warranties have no time limits. If you have questions, contact the Federal Trade Commission at 877-FTC-HELP or 877-382-4357 or go to ftc.gov. Now I'll turn it over to my business development coworker to continue with the seminar.
Thank you, Elsa. I'm Irlanda Cuevas, and I'll be guiding you through the next slides. If you have a problem with the warranty-related issue, start at the top of the list and work your way down. Try to work out with the dealer. Contact your local manufacturer rep if under warranty. Contact the Better Business Bureau, State Attorney General, or the Department of Motor Vehicles. Seek mediation via customer arbitration. File a claim in a small claims court, or sue under the Magnuson Moss Warranty Act. The Magnuson Moss Warranty Act is the federal law that governs consumer product warranties. It was passed by Congress in 1975, and the act requires manufacturers and sellers of consumer products to provide consumers with detailed information about warranty coverage. Do you need the new car extras? If these items on the bill of sale, consider putting a line through them. Don't pay for the things you don't need. Some examples may include rust proofing, fabric protection, paint protectant, etching your VIN on windows to deter thieves, and the service contract. That's the extended warranty. Vehicle bodies are already coated to protect against rust, and rust is not a major problem with modern cars. You can treat upholstery and apply paint protecting yourself with the good off-the-shelf products. You can do your own VIN, vehicle identification number, etching with a kit that costs about $25. And the service contracts are usually priced at double the actual cost, so it makes it a high markup. It's likely that an extended warranty or a service contract will be offered to you when you buy your next car. A service contract is not a warranty as defined by the federal law. Only the OEM, the original equipment manufacturer, can offer a warranty. A service contract is an extended warranty that always costs extra. A service contract backed by the auto manufacturer is usually your safest bet if you choose to get one. The contract may cover a wide range of repairs and services. Repairs can be done at any authorized dealership and usually are approved without question or problems. Unless your contract includes a deductible, you won't pay anything for approved repairs. Make sure you ask questions before buying an auto service contract. Let's take a look at the next slide. The service contract, the extended warranty, doesn't cover anything already covered under the factory warranty. So if the service contract is 5 years of 100,000 miles on a car with the factory warranty of 3 years of 36,000 miles, you are paying for 2 years of 64,000 miles. In this case, your true cost for the service contract is much higher. Make sure you know who will back the service contract. Will it be the manufacturer, the dealer, or an independent company? A service contract from an independent company could cost less than a service contract from a manufacturer, but the quality of the kind of contract varies widely from company to company according to Kelley Blue Book, so make sure to shop around carefully. Deciphering financial options. Consumer advocates continue to recommend credit union financing for new and used vehicles. Don't let employee discounts and other promotions lull you into not wanting to negotiate a better price. Be prepared to haggle, even when leasing. Some financing options, such as 0% financing and low cost payments, can lead consumers to pay thousands more. With rebates, you forego the low interest rate loan, but adding rebate to down payment makes credit union financing even more attractive. 0% financing sounds great, but only available for buyers with pristine credit, usually short term loans, slow selling cars, and you're unlikely to negotiate the price. Employee discounts are similar promotions, and it gets as close to dealer invoice price as possible, and some dealers push extras to make up lost profits. Know that some dealers make up lost profits by pushing extras such as the extended warranties or the service contracts. Although other automakers offer incentive programs such as rebates and low-cost financing plans, better finance options may be available elsewhere. Check with our credit union first. Our credit union offers indirect lending programs. Go to consumerreports.org. For a small fee, you can look up the dealer invoice price of a vehicle, minus incentives passed on from an automaker dealer to a dealership. What is an upside down loan? That means you owe more for the car than it's worth, and it is common with 5 or 6 year loans. The alternatives are: don't finance for longer than you plan to own it, make your biggest down payment you can, choose short-term loan if possible, buy the vehicle that will hold value longer. It's not unusual for a car buyer to be upside down on a loan a couple years into a 5 or 6 year loan. If you find that you're upside down in a loan, experts advise keeping the car as long as you can, at least until the amount left on the loan matches the car's trade-in value. If you need to get rid of the car, try selling it yourself, or consider bundling the negative equity from the car with the loan on a new car. If possible, accelerate your loan payment to avoid being upside down in your new car loan. Used cars often are a better choice. Here are some tips for buying used. Hire a mechanic to inspect the vehicle. Ask for the car's maintenance records. Take a test drive and make sure you go up hills, highways, and heavy traffic. Talk to previous owners if the seller has no records. Contact repair shops where most of the work was done and ask them if there were regular maintenance done and if the repairs were completed or not done yet. Run the vehicle history report and check if the vehicle has been totaled, salvaged, rebuilt, flooded, failed inspection, or odometer rollback. Find out as much as you can about the history of any used car that you're thinking about buying. Carfax.com is one option, but it may not contain all the information you need, such as whether the vehicle was stolen. Call your state Department of Transportation or check the website for forms related to vehicle history, such as lien holders, title notations, mileage on title, title numbers, and so on. There may be a small fee. Another resource for history reports is autotrader.com. If the vehicle carries a remaining factory warranty, have the warranty transferred to your name. Take your time when checking for a car inspection. You will check the exterior for dings and scratches, the interior for worn and clean, spare tires and equipments, hubcaps and moldings, electrical items are functioning properly, the VIN matches the contract, and the accessories such as the clock, lights, stereo are all functioning properly. Make sure all the accessories work and that the car has a jack and related equipment. Keep good records and take notes as you inspect the vehicle. Use handout number 3 to jot down your general impressions and make a copy of the handout for each vehicle that's inspected. FTC's used car rule. The used car rule was enacted to prevent and discourage oral misrepresentations and unfair omissions of material facts by used car dealers concerning warranty coverage. The Buyer's Guide provides important information to consumers about used vehicles they're thinking about buying and ensures that the buyers get information in writing about any warranty protection they have if there's a problem with the car. The Buyer's Guide must be prominently and conspicuously placed in the vehicle so both sides of the guide are readable. The rule prohibits the use of shorthand phrases such as drivetrain or powertrain when it's not clear what specific components are included within the definition of those terms. The used car rule applies in all states except for Maine and Wisconsin because those states have similar regulations that require dealers to post disclosures on used vehicles. The rule also applies in the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. Because private sellers generally aren't covered by the used car rule and don't have to use the buyer's guide, you, the buyer, are encouraged to use the guide's list of an auto's major system as a shopping tool. You also can ask the seller if you can have the vehicle inspected by your mechanic. A refusal is a big red flag. Note that many states don't require individual sellers to ensure that their vehicle will pass state inspection or carry a minimum warranty before they offer them for sale. Ask your state attorney general's office or local consumer protection agency about the requirements in your state. A good source of information is FTC's Buying a Used Car, and that's available at ftc.gov. Several states require all vehicle owners to buy insurance and be able to prove that they've insured when asked. Here's a rundown of different coverages. The first one is liability. Bodily injury and liability coverage protects you against liability that you incur if you cause an accident resulting in injuries to someone else. Property damage liability protects you if you cause damage to property, or if you cause another motorist to hit a vehicle or object or leave the road altogether to avoid being hit by you. Uninsured and underinsured protects you and your passengers from financial loss from an accident caused by a driver who has no or insufficient insurance coverage. Medical pays medical expenses for an injury resulting from an auto accident regardless of who is at fault. Ask if this duplicates major medical coverage. Auto collision covers your vehicle for damages that result from an accident. Comprehensive covers your vehicle for everything other than a collision, such as fire, theft, vandalism, wind, hail, and so on. And miscellaneous. Some coverages aren't included in the basic auto policy, such as towing and road service, car rental reimbursement, accidental death, customization, and non-factory equipment. Keep close track and records of the number of repairs attempts and the times the car is out of service. Submit a written, dated list of problems to the dealer each time the car is in the shop for repairs and keep a copy of that list. Write down the symptoms instead of suggesting what to check. Get a copy of the repair order that lists the symptoms, repairs done, parts replaced, and the time the car was in the shop. Follow your state's laws. A manufacturer must provide a refund or replacement for a defective new vehicle that's not repaired within a reasonable number of attempts. Remember, the more homework you do ahead of time, the better informed you are and the greater the likelihood you'll get a good deal. What's the best car deal? It fits your needs, it fits your budget, you control the process and you don't feel pressured, you're priced a little over the dealer's true new car cost, or you're priced at a reasonable used car price. You may be ready to buy a car, but are you financially ready for the commitment? Make sure your credit report is in good standing so you get the best possible interest rate based on a good bill paying history. Consumer advocates and experts recommend car buyers shop around for the best financing offers, and they routinely recommend credit union financing. Use this checklist to see if you're prepared to buy a new or used car. I have a good credit history and I know my credit score. I plan to get pre-approved before buying a car. I know how much car I can afford. I know what kind of car I need and want. I know how to research safety and reliability ratings. I know how to find dealer invoice and other prices. I understand various financing and warranty options. I know what to look for on a test drive, and I know how to negotiate the best price. On this next slide, we have our Hughes resources. We have a low-cost financing and refinancing available. one low loan rate. We have low-cost gap guaranteed asset protection insurance available, low-cost vehicle service contract to protect your vehicle from costly repairs, auto insurance is available, and you can apply online or you can visit us at one of our branches. In addition to the resources listed on the slide, the annual auto issues of Consumer Report magazine comes out. So here are the resources. We have our Credit Union National Association, and you can visit them at www.creditunion.coop. We have the Federal Trade Commission at ftc.gov, BBB Auto Line, and the AutoCap. On this next slide, we have our resources for financial literacy to guide you through your financial wellness. And you can visit us at hughesfcu.org/financial guide. And you can see there we have Money Coach at Hughes as well as Money Coach for students. Thank you so much for your participation today. It was a pleasure presenting to you.